Hi there, welcome to Rugeley Trent Valley railway station. This is the start of my railway journey today as we head to Ellesmere Port. Now we are going to be riding the Merseyrail Class 507s and Class 508 electric multiple units, or the PEPs. But the reason I'm going to Ellesmere Port is there's some interesting movements on that line that we're going to get. There is an MPV that's doing a railhead treatment train, but the interesting thing that got my attention is there's a light engine locomotive movement from Derby RTC to Warrington Bank Quay, which is going up and down the Ellesmere Port line, and that's why I'm heading in that direction. So I'm waiting for the 0809 London Northwestern railway service to take me to Crewe, because I'm going to have to change a few trains to get there, but it's running about 2 minutes late, so it should be arriving now to take me up the West Coast Main Line to Crewe. So we're now made to Crewe railway station, which just that sign says right there. Don't know where this back calf has come from, but our train we just arrived on is just sitting right here on platform 7. That's the 0809 off Rugeley Trent Valley. Now I am waiting for 0925 Transport for Wales service in Chester. Unfortunately it's not here yet because it should be at the platform right now, but it's actually running a bit late from Chester. So we have encountered our first problem already, but I don't think it's going to be a major problem, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's enjoy some Class 153 dog boxes.
We are sorry that the 0929 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston is delayed by approximately 11 minutes. This is due to this.
So we're now made to Chester railway station. That Merseyrail unit right there, 508112, is the 0957 to Chester by Liverpool Central. But this does not stop at Capenhurst. So we're going to jump on this train now and head to Hooton. So we're now made to Hooton railway station. Now the original plan was I was actually going to get the 1012 off Chester to get to Hooton to get the 1050 to Ellesmere Port and start at Little Sutton. What I'm going to do instead is I've just replanned this. I'm going to catch the 1020 off here and go straight to Ellesmere Port first. Film at Ellesmere Port and then I'll double back on myself to stop at Overpool and Little Sutton.
Chester is not in service.
So instead of stopping at Little Sutton first, stop giggling, we're at Ellesmere Port first, and it's a bit different to do Ellesmere Port first because I always do this station last. So it's a bit different, but it's better to do it this way. I definitely get that Derby RTC to Warrington Bank Quay movement at Overpool and Little Sutton. It is running, so that's good. Don't know what's on it yet. But this line actually started from Hooton and it went straight through to Helsby. Even though Merseyrail do terminate here at Ellesmere Port, sometimes northern services terminate here from Helsby. So it's actually a through line from Hooton to Helsby. Now the history of Ellesmere Port Station, or should I say Whitby Locks, because when it opened on the 1st of July 1863 it was actually named Whitby Locks. On the 1st September 1870 it was renamed to its current name, Ellesmere Port. One thing that I did forget in the station history to mention, that this line was actually opened by the Birkenhead Railway, a joint venture between the Great Western Railway and the London and Northwestern Railway. Also, it's got a lovely station building here at Ellesmere Port, and it's also got some good features, like down here you got your modern coloured signals, but down the bottom here heading towards Helsby it's actually got the old semaphore signals here as well, which is brilliant to see. But what I have noticed on real-time trains is there's actually no northern services that stop here at the moment. It's all just Merseyrail. But anyway, we shall be leaving Ellesmere Port shortly on the 11:39 Merseyrail service to go to Overpool station. Right then, to Overpool. So this is station number 2 out of 3 we are visiting today. This is Overpool station, and no, it's not related to me. However though, this station actually was a late addition to the Merseyrail network because it opened on the 17th of August 1988. What I've noticed is, when I was looking at a rail atlas for Liverpool to Manchester last night, it said this station actually opened on the 15th of August 1988. So I don't know which one's right and which one's wrong. So this Derby RTC to Warrington Bank Quay movement, that I don't know what loco it's going to be, has gone past through Helsby, and I think it's actually sitting at Ellesmere Port now. Now I reckon it would be a Class 73 locomotive, but because what you don't see sometimes is they do have a camera as well. So zoom the camera down to Ellesmere Port station, which you can see from Overpool station, and you will not believe what is sitting there. A Class 37 diesel locomotive. And honestly, Class 37s are awesome, epic locomotives. It's one of my favourite diesel locomotives, and we're going to get one through Overpool station. I think this has got to be a rarity. Honestly, a rarity. Anyway, it should be leaving Ellesmere Port in a second to come through Overpool station. So that was epic, 37,610 through Overpool station. And also that I want to mention is that these waiting shelters here remind you of the ones that you see at Harewood station. In fact, you know what's going to come now? Cal's going to pop out now. Hi Cal. So we're now waiting for the train to take us to the third station and the final station we're visiting before we head back to Rugeley. And please don't giggle, Little Sutton. Simon, don't giggle. Anyway, so that train should be coming from Ellesmere Port to pick us up and take us down the line to have a look at Little Sutton. Now I was meant to be at this railway station this morning between 10:55 and 11:55 because I was going to do Little Sutton first. But I'm glad I saved that till last now because that 37 passing through here was brilliant. Epic, very epic. But this is the third and final station, and please don't giggle, this is Little Sutton. Now the history of Little Sutton station, I'll whip this one out right now, is that it opened on the 1st of July 1863 by the Birkenhead Railway as Sutton. In 1868 it was renamed to Little Sutton. And I think this is the least used station on the Merseyrail network. But I'm not too sure on that one. I think it may be, but I'm not too sure. Honestly, I do like the characteristics of Little Sutton station. It's got a lovely footbridge down the bottom there, but unfortunately though, it's actually not disabled access friendly. But it's still a lovely footbridge at this railway station, and the station building right behind me here is just lovely. It's like the same style as Ellesmere Port station, which was opened by the Birkenhead Railway. And honestly, it's just lovely to see old station buildings. Little Sutton's not in use, but it's still lovely to see them standing still. It's a nice little Sutton, but we are leaving Little Sutton on the 1344 back to Hooton. Because we're going back to Rugeley now, but we're going the same way as I came. Hooton, Chester, Crewe, Rugeley. So our train should be arriving now to pick us up and take us back to Hooton, where we're going to be changing to get back to Chester. So we're now back at Hooton Station, and that is a very nice station building indeed. But we're only here to change trains for the 1359 to take us back to Chester. This will be the last Merseyrail ride we shall take today. Now I've got a choice of two trains at Chester. I could wait for the 1455 service, which is two Class 153s, but I'm not going to do that because I'm actually going to go on a train leaving on platform 3A, which will be a Avanti service to take me to Crewe. This leaves at 14:35, we're going to catch that right now. So now back at Crewe station, my train's literally just right there, 350, 256 and 350, 260, a pair of 350/2s for God's sakes. Let's ignore them because I found something over here. This is a C2C Class 720 electric multiple unit on test at Crewe station. So just come to get a quick photo before I head on that train back to Rugeley Trent Valley. So I'm going to walk over to platform 1, catch that train right there and get off at Rugeley Town Station. So I'm now at Rugeley Town Railway Station. I'm going to reflect on today's journey. And honestly, the Ellesmere Port line, I think it's underestimated. Like most of the services on the Merseyrail Network get about a 15-minute to 20-minute frequency of trains. The Ellesmere Port line only gets a 30-minute frequency every half an hour. But when you actually go there for yourselves, you can see why, because it's not that busy. But honestly though, it's a lovely little line from Sutton to Ellesmere Port. Northern unfortunately are not operating to Ellesmere at the moment, but it would be nice one day if the 777s, the Class 777s, do go to Ellesmere on battery power. Would be lovely to see that indeed, and take that part of the line away from Northern. But we'll see how that goes, because they are planning to build some 777s with batteries underneath them to power on non-electrified lines. However though, we did visit the 3 stations at Ellesmere Port, Overpool and Little Sutton. Stop giggling. But the reason we actually went on that line was to see a Class 37 diesel locomotive on a line that I don't usually see any diesel locomotives on. Because when I go down there, it's just 507s or Class 508s. Now the only disadvantage or the disappointment of this trip is, but it wasn't really too bad, was that the train arrived at Crewe to Chester was running about 10 minutes late. But obviously that was alright because we still managed to catch the train I wasn't planning to catch, the 0957 to Sutton. So other than that, it has really been a perfect day on the Merseyrail Network, the Ellesmere Port branch. And it's about time to end this now, so if you do like railway journeys or disused railways or anything railway related, feel free to hit the like button, feel free to subscribe to the channel and feel free to leave a comment down below. I have been SimOnTrains, thanks for watching, stay safe. I'll see you on the rails pretty soon, but I don't know where I'm going yet, but hopefully you can come along for the ride. Take care everyone. Thanks for watching.